The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Only the faint hum of the refrigerator and the occasional siren drifting through the Chicago night broke the silence. Amina sat perched on the edge of her bed, shoulders slumped, phone glowing in her hands. The pale blue light painted her tired face, exaggerating the dark circles under her eyes. She scrolled mindlessly, thumb moving almost automatically. Cooking videos she'd never try, vacations she'd never afford, smiling strangers she'd never meet. But her mind wasn't on the screen. It was stuck, replaying the fight with Jamal. "You don't understand me, Mom," he had shouted before slamming his bedroom door. The words pierced her chest, heavy, unshakable. For hours she wandered the apartment, straightening the already neat counter, touching the back of the couch, fiddling with unopened mail. Not chores, just distractions. Nothing relieved the ache. By midnight, she was on the living room floor, back against the couch, knees pulled to her chest. The TV was off, the lights dim. Inside the apartment was still, too still. Her hands shook as she covered her face, tears spilling through her fingers. She didn't even know when the sobbing began. She only knew she couldn't stop. Every tear carried years of exhaustion. Every breath was ragged with guilt and longing. And for the first time in so long, her heart turned upward. No memorized words, no script, just pain breaking loose, searching for the only one who could truly understand. Ya Allah, she whispered into the quiet, lips trembling. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to reach him. I don't know how to reach you, but I need you. I need you so much. The words came haltingly at first, like a rusty tap dripping after years of disuse. Then they flowed, a flood she had been holding back. Ya Allah, I feel lost. I feel like I've failed Jamal, like I've failed myself. I pray, but my heart isn't in it. I say the words, but I don't feel them. I'm tired, Allah. So tired. Please, please don't leave me like this. Her chest shook as she pressed her forehead to the carpet. She didn't know if it counted as prayer, but in that moment, form didn't matter. What mattered was that it was real. When her tears slowed, silence filled the room again. But this silence was different, gentle, almost tender. She fell asleep with her cheeks damp, pulled toward her bed by sheer fatigue. That night, she dreamt again. A desert, endless sand under her feet, and in the distance, a lantern, brighter this time, stronger, flickering as though waiting for her. She stumbled toward it, weak, falling, rising again. The lantern never wavered. When she woke, her pillow was wet with tears. Her heart pounded with something she hadn't felt in years, the faintest glimmer of hope. At lunch, her coworker Maria, cheerful, warm, not even Muslim, handed her a small gift bag. I saw this at the bookstore and thought of you, she said. Inside was a beautifully bound Quran with English translation. Amina blinked in disbelief. She had one at home, somewhere on a dusty shelf, but this one felt different, like it had been placed into her hands at the exact right moment. Her throat tightened. Thank you, she whispered. That evening, as Jamal tied his sneakers, he paused at the door. He didn't look at her, but muttered, "Love you, Mom." 3 words, rushed, awkward, but to Amina, they landed in her heart like a balm. She hadn't heard them in months. Later that night, scrolling numbly through her phone, she almost skipped past a video thumbnail, the prayer of the sincere, tahajjud. Something made her click. If you feel far from Allah, the speaker's voice said firmly, get up in the last third of the night. Pray, even 2 rakas. Whisper your pain. Ask him directly. That is the prayer of the sincere. And Allah never rejects sincerity. The words pierced her chest. It felt as though the speaker had been sitting in her living room the night before, listening to her sobs. Her grandmother's voice returned in memory. The doors of the heavens open at the last third of the night. The next day, during her break at work, she slipped into the hospital meditation room. Normally, she scrolled her phone there. This time, she just sat. On the bookshelf sat a Quran, its cover embossed in gold. She pulled it down, opened at random, and read, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. So remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me and do not deny me. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 152. Her breath caught. The words felt alive, as if spoken directly into her chest. That night, she couldn't escape it. Maria's gift, Jamal's words, the khutbah, the verse. It was too much to be coincidence. So she set her alarm. 3:30 a.m. Just 2 rakas, she told herself. When the alarm rang, her body fought her. The bed was heavy, the warmth too tempting. But she remembered Jamal's, "Love you, Mom," Maria's gift, her grandmother's words. She rose, stumbled into the living room, laid out her prayer mat. Allahu Akbar. And as soon as she lowered herself into sujood, the floodgates burst again. Ya Allah, she whispered through sobs. I am here. I don't even know what to ask, but I am here. Please, don't turn me away. Her words were clumsy, fragmented, but they were real. When she sat back, her face wet, her chest pounding, she felt lighter. It was only 2 rakas, but it felt like she had crossed a desert, like she had touched the lantern from her dream. For the first time in years, peace stirred inside her chest. Life did not pause to let her heal without testing her strength. One Thursday evening, Amina returned from a long shift to find Jamal sitting on his bed, eyes red from crying. It's nothing, he muttered, but his voice cracked. Over the next hour, the truth emerged. Jamal was being bullied at school, cruel messages online, whispered insults in the hallway, isolation from friends. Amina's chest tightened. She wanted to weep for him. A small voice whispered in her heart, "This is your test, Amina. Be patient. Guide him with faith." That night, after Jamal slept, Amina opened the Quran. Her eyes fell on a verse that seemed written for this moment. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits. But give good tidings to the patient. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 155. She closed her eyes, letting the words sink deep. That night, during tahajjud, she wept for her son. Ya Allah, guide Jamal, protect him, give him strength, show him your support when he feels alone. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Surah Ash-Shart, chapter 94, verse 6. The next morning, she approached Jamal gently. I can't fix everything, Jamal, but I can listen. I'm here. Tears brimmed in his eyes. I didn't know who to tell. They spoke for hours. For the first time in so long, they connected. Amina realized this was Allah's mercy, hidden within a test. Each trial carried within it a seed of ease. That night, after Jamal slept peacefully, she whispered another verse to herself. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. And seek help through patience and prayer. And indeed, it is difficult except for the humbly submissive. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 45. Her heart settled. Her tahajjud was no longer just hers. It was for Jamal too. The days that followed were still heavy, but no longer suffocating. It began with a quiet question. Mom, can you teach me how to pray again? That night, side by side, mother and son stood on the prayer rug. His voice cracked, his recitation stumbled, but to Amina, it was the sweetest sound in the world. She remembered the promise, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Surah An-Nur, chapter 24, verse 35. One night, a nurse confided, "I feel like I'm drowning, Amina." She didn't fully understand, but she felt the sincerity. For the first time in years, Amina shared her faith openly, gently. And at home, Jamal kept showing up. Some nights he prayed beside her. Some nights he only watched. But the walls he had built around himself were crumbling. Transformation was happening, quietly, steadily. The winter sun peeked weakly through the blinds, but inside, the light was stronger than ever. One Thursday evening, Jamal looked up from his plate at dinner. "Mom, can we go to the masjid tomorrow? For Jum'ah?" Amina nearly dropped her fork. She smiled so wide, her cheeks ached. "Yes, Jamal. Yes, of course." The next day, they walked together into the masjid. Amina sat at the back, tears brimming as the Imam recited, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. So remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me and do not deny me. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 152. She whispered, "Alhamdulillah." That night, Jamal knocked softly. "Mom, can I pray with you tonight?" Side by side, they bowed together. Side by side, they whispered du'as. His words were clumsy, halting, but real, and Amina knew Allah had answered. She remembered the verse that now lived inside her chest. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. She had once believed her life was broken beyond repair, but Allah had shown her, no heart is too far gone, no night too dark, no dua too small. When you fall to your knees in the darkest hours, Allah can lift you higher than you ever imagined.